All right. So we will join the crew as they are traveling back to camp. Atreides, Ravenaugh, Pickles, and Ambrose, you are marching through the jagged plains of the Theocracy. It is a somewhat rough terrain, very rocky, very covered in shrubbery and various brush. You're off the beaten path. You have just crawled out of the city cisterns and look back at the large, somewhat pipe-like exit that you've crawled out of. It is perfectly hidden, flush with the ground, and overgrown with brush. You imagine your exit is pretty well disguised. You aren't too far from the place where the cart should be. It should only be another hour or so.
Ambrose, do you think one of us should go like a little bit ahead and give them a heads up not to shoot Ravenaugh in the face as soon as we turn the corner?
Why would they shoot anybody in the face when they turn the corner?
Just you. Do you think we should go ahead and give them a heads up?
I think that's actually a really good idea, Pickles. I can go, or if you want to.
I mean, we've got a little bit of time, but maybe like when we start to see eyesight on them, I'm just worried that like Adeli is gonna call down some kind of fire storm or something on top of them. I
mean, as long as I don't think she's gonna put a firestorm where you are too. Hopefully, as long as we're together.
You know, that's true, but like I don't know what they could do. Ravenaugh, just maybe stay, in the back when we get to camp.
All right, as you wish.
Are all of you prone to outbursts of wanton violence?
Oh, 100%.
We didn't used to be, but the last month or so have really put a test on all of our nerves.
Literally every day.
Not every day. We had like one day. There's the day with the party. Oh no, that was the funeral day.
I was like,
never mind.
Only 4 hours
for a
out the day.
funeral. It's very progressive.
Well, the party wasn't for the funeral. The party was because we killed a dude beforehand. You know what? This is just getting worse the more I talk about it. There was this really big bad dude, right? And he was killing a whole bunch of people, and he showed up and he killed the queen, and then we killed him, and then he killed our friends, and then we had a funeral for our friends, and then after we had a party to celebrate killing the dude.
Traileys, I think I am seeing why they might have met Tarsian now.
What do you mean by that?
My brother may have liked you and the way you go about things.
So you're saying it's our fault we got involved with your brother? Because that's what I'm hearing right now.
It sounds as though the person that they killed, who previously killed the queen and hurt other people, sounds as though he did have it coming.
Oh, he had it coming.
Indeed.
Yeah, he was a genocidal maniac, so he definitely deserved it.
It was super bad. I promise. You just gotta trust me.
Honestly, out of all the people I've killed, Zeus is not one of them I've ever cared about.
Atreides looks over at Ravenaugh and nods and he says, I think we're in for some interesting times, my friend.
What did you guys do? Why are you with us again?
We helped you escape the city.
Well, yeah,
You'd
I know.
still be chased by gnomes, probably this very minute.
Yes.
Once again, thank you for literally everything you guys have. I look at Pickles. I don't think you really understand how bad it was getting. So
No, I was
Um,
just having a ball. We were just going so fast in that little cart.
I know. I'm
But
talking
I
about
got
when you were in
to
the
I got to
bag.
hit somebody in the head with a mutton leg. Did you see that shot? I got him right in the
Mhm.
forehead.
I did.
Right, and then we
That's-
played
that's sick.
cards, and then you killed somebody, but then we ran again.
You were in the bag.
Oh, I was in the bag. I forgot I was in the bag at that point. Scratch that. I was in nothingness with a sword. Yeah, all right. We're gonna pretend I was in the cloak. I remember now.
Yeah.
Right.
But we shouldn't be any further. We're getting pretty close.
Yeah, maybe you run ahead. You can explain things a lot better than I can.
Um,
All right.
Yeah.
So you make your way ahead, Ambrose. Probably use a Zephyr Strike or two.
Unfortunately, no. I have no spells after that chase
Okay.
scene. So
No? All right. Well,
7
You
spell
just-
slots. So.
you just book it. Roll me an athletics check to see how fast you can get there.
Okay. I will also like to stealth too. I don't want to be. Well, I guess I'm innately invisible. I'm just gonna. I'll.
Yeah, you are invisible because it's night, right? So,
9.
well, you do beat the crew, obviously. I mean, you're running, but you don't make great time. There's a couple of points in time where you kind of think to yourself, everything, I'm just going to walk for a minute.
I'm so tired. I'm just gonna. I like sprint a little bit and I stop. I'm invisible. Point of this, anyways.
But you do make it back about a half hour before them.
Okay.
Adalia and Ferric, you see nothing as an invisible man approaches the camp.
Hey guys, how's everything?
What the?
What the fuck are you doing with that person? Are you alright?
Where are you?
I
Are you
pull
hurt?
down. No, I'm good. Pickles, and we are okay. I just came a little ahead, so just to give you the heads up that we found the real Ravenov.
We
He's
saw.
nice. You scryed. I was hoping you guys were going to scry. Thank God. All right.
What,
He's good.
what-
He's not a bad guy.
how can you possibly know that? We thought the other Ravenor was a good guy also.
He's got that look in my eyes where you can tell that he's kind of defeated. So that's how I can tell.
Fine. You left Pickles with them?
I mean, like I said, they're pretty nice. You see me. Traley's is awesome. Real god complex.
The man who thinks he's a god. That one.
Oh, you saw that too? Yeah.
Well, no, well, we did, but the healer who's taking care of your father, remember? He told us about.
Oh, yeah, that was today too.
Oh, my
man.
God, we left your father.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out later. All right.
Oh,
No, we told them his name was Jeff,
Oh.
remember? I'm sure it's fine.
Oh,
I'm certain, darling, everything's fine. Ambrose,
Oh.
if you ever do something like, sprint off into a coliseum full of enemies, and then team up with the man who shares a face with someone who murdered 2 people we know,
I don't think you understand
ever again,
how bad Ortimal is. They have devices that can, like, how my glasses I can pick up and stuff. Yeah, they just have tons of gnomes walking around with that. And no matter what I did, they could just see me. So
okay? I feel like that's something you would applaud. Isn't that something you're interested in?
not when I'm trying to escape.
Devices.
It was that's really cool and all, but not when I'm running for my life. So
It's on the other side.
All right, but you're fine. You're not hurt.
just absolutely exhausted.
All right. Ferric made some squirrel.
yes,
If you're hungry.
I made some squirrel. Here,
Thank you.
Eat. And Ferric walks over with a cast iron and a wooden spoon and scoops some, and just like shoves it in Ambrose's mouth.
Thank you. It's great. But you'll come very soon, though, so probably like 15 more minutes.
You go tend to him. I'll go make more squirrel.
Fine.
All right. So yeah, you finish making some more squirrels, Ferric. Everyone approaches the camp. You see a giant Goliath man, a man who looks exactly like Ravenna, and then Pickles happily chatting with them as they approach.
Hey guys, meet Pops and Ravenna the real.
I'm sorry. What did you just call me?
Pops. I'm still
Oh.
not convinced you're not my grandfather, so I'm just gonna call you Pops for a while.
Okay. All right. I accept. Greetings, new friends. I am Atreides. Well met.
Well met, Master Trellis. Adalia is staring at Ravenna, and she's got like little sparks in all of her tattoos. Like she's trying very hard not to firebolt him.
Ravenna, I
Yes,
believe you have met my
your brother.
brother.
Unfortunately,
Yes, I
would you
am.
like some squirrel?
No, that's okay. Thank you.
Hmm.
I am deeply sorry for any wrongs.
Wrongs. You could call it that. Thank you, though, for saving our friends. Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't we do that? We too wish to see a better world. Heard of your exploits as the heroes of Mornstead, and my friend here, Ravenna, he and I are much the same.
You are going off some rumors that we might be good people.
Well, I think that there's always more to a single story than the one perspective that you hear. No one in Ortimal who has any kind of public voice is fond of virtually anything that happens in Mornstead. I think that that's too shallow a view of the world and how it truly works.
What do they say of you?
The Ortimalians, they say that I've fallen from grace, that I had a career, that I had respect, and that I threw it all away for a fanciful dream, a delusion of grandeur.
And how much truth is there in that?
I threw away what many would consider a successful and happy life. I threw it away to pursue what I truly believe in, and what I truly want, what I truly desire.
And what is that?
Ascension.
Pops
Should any
is
of
a
us...
god. Almost.
Almost. Should any of us try hard enough, I believe that anyone can become a god. And that is my intent. Ravno here is my first disciple.
Oh, great. This is wonderful. We've got the brother of someone who tried to kill us, and someone who thinks that they
Did
become a
kill
god.
us, killed
Right.
1/3 of our
Yes.
party. Yes.
Thank you. I
Yes, more than.
have not forgotten.
Tralles would step forward and attempt to put a giant hand on Adalia's shoulder. Would she let him?
She would kind of flinch back, but she wouldn't firebolt you. So,
Okay.
I suppose so.
Okay. And he gazes down at you. He's got deep, like, hazel brown eyes that just hold sorrow. And he says, "For your loss, young one, I am truly, truly sorry.
You
The
have
sins of
no-
Tarsian are not the sins of Ravenel. Ravenel holds no responsibility for them."
You have no idea what I've lost. But thank you.
He'll give your shoulder just a small squeeze and then back up.
It's rock hard. She is made of crystal. There is no squeeze.
I hate to add more unfortunate truths, but Ravenar's destruction will not stop with your friends. And it is your
Tarsian.
goal to stop him. Yes. Tarsian's sins will not stop with your friends. And if you truly wish him stopped, your goals align with mine.
Fine. You may sit by the fire, I suppose.
All right.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Mm.
Atreides would pull out this large vase. It's glazed orange and black, very immaculate, and say, "Would anyone like sourdough? It's my own personal recipe." We'll start tearing up the piece of bread.
Adalia will
Hell
not
yeah.
eat this person's bread. And perhaps.
You don't understand. I am starving after today. I need some bread.
Running from an entire city will work up an appetite. Here you go, my
Yeah.
friend.
Thank you. I put the squirrel on the rye bread and eat it at the same time.
Nice.
Ferric drops down on all fours and crawls over to Atreides and takes some good old sniffs of the bread. I roll like perception to see if it's
Yeah.
what's going on there.
Like zone of truth bread. I don't trust this bread.
Yeah,
I don't trust any of this.
Bread.
We
Teleport
trusted
bread.
people before.
an 11. 11 on sniffing.
It smells pretty good. You don't detect any hints of anything. It just smells like bread to you.
It's not shenanigan bread.
Ferric pulls a piece off and like tosses their head back and like swallows it
Oh my god.
like a pelican.
You were getting this sourdough recipe is incredible.
Well, thank you. I developed it myself.
Sclero?
Please.
Lord Atreides has many talents.
Mm. Bread. Godhood.
I made this vase in which the bread is stored as well.
How nice to have hobbies.
It's important to understand art and philosophy and human nature to become a god of men.
I believe anything that enhances or encourages creativity should be cultivated.
I see.
It is what makes us human, after all.
Or Goliath.
I was gonna say, Adalia looks around at
Humanoid.
everyone.
Literally
There's one
humanoid.
human here.
Mortal.
Mortal.
Noid.
Master Atreides, can you explain what you mean by ascension? What led you to this path?
Well, what led me to this path is quite a long story. The short of it is I grew up in a society, in a nation, that ascribes to the idea that there's one master who oversees everything, who chooses who lives, who dies, who tells your story. And I having had someone else tell my story all of my life, I did what was told of me. I joined. I served in the military, as all physically capable people do in Ortimal. I rose in the ranks. I became head of private security for a man of some importance. I was discouraged from pursuing any creative arts, as that distracts from physical prowess and from the focus that is needed for a military service. According to the generals, I disagree with that. I grew tired of it. As you can see, I am much older than you. My mortal life grows short, and I'm done living for another, for a master. I'm the captain of my own fate. I'm the master of my soul. No one else. And I believe this can be true of anyone.
Well,
And-
it's very wishful.
I do believe that I can transcend death if I continue down this path.
Is it that you want to be a god, or that you just don't want to die?
What's the difference?
I see.
Death is a gift. To not give your life is a sorrowful thing. It is a package that did not arrive to the recipient.
I'm sorry, friend, what was your name?
Ferric.
Ferric.
Just Ferric.
Well, Ferric, have you given a gift to any of these friends here?
Ferric looks down and kind of gives a little bit of a chuckle. A bag of flour.
A bag of flour. And was this gift well received?
Ferric touches Adalia's hand and holds it. I would say so.
Atreides smiles faintly. He says, well, be it flour, be it a moment of kindness, a kind word. These gifts are things that we do freely for one another. And you can do that ad infinitum if you choose, or if you seek a way to transcend death. To me, I see that as more beneficial to your fellow person than succumbing to an end that you can choose to ignore.
If every man who didn't want to die became a god, we would be tripping over them in the streets. Why are you so much different than the rest of us? Why do you deserve godhood above anyone else?
Deserve is an interesting word. I wouldn't say that I do more than anyone else. I would say that perhaps people grow tired. Elves grow tired. They live for thousands of years. For 1,000 years. I believe that in my own way, while I want to choose how and when I continue, and how and when I end, should it ever come to that, I believe that I have more to offer this world than 70 to 80 years of life can give me.
It must be nice to be able to choose how you live and how you die. And Ferric's gonna look at Pickles and is going to be awash with all these weird feelings about seeing Pickles die and starting to perform last rites, and Pickles coming back, and I mean, that's already this kind of godhood that Atreides is talking about. And what the hell that means. And Varric is just staring at Pickles. Big,
Right now,
round owl
Pickles
eyes.
just looks like she's trying so hard not to just say everything. Because she really wants to be like, yo, you know what? I died and I came back. And, you know what? It's like, I'm pretty sure I'm like gonna live forever or something. And like, it's just like you could just tell like her brain is just like spinning as she's just doing her best to not say a goddamn word.
All right. Well, it seems like there's quite a astounding moment here at the campfire. Everyone's kind of had their mind blown. Anyone want to stay up and do shifts?
Yeah, Varric will take a shift for sure.
Pickles will take a shift. Or
I'm
two.
happy to keep vigil as well.
Adelia's
Alright.
gonna stay up or take a shift if either Ravana or Atreides try to take a shift. She wants to also be on that shift.
I'll take a shift too.
That's a lot of shifts.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Let's
all
just
the
all
shifts
watch.
are covered, so I'm just gonna
Let's
go
all
color
stay
in a
up.
corner.
It's more that she doesn't want the existing failures to be asleep
Yeah.
while these other guys
Oh,
are
yeah,
watching.
yeah,
we're
it.
in Ortimal,
yeah.
I don't think we should all be taking rounds.
Oh yeah, when
Yeah.
Pickles is sleeping, she's actually just staring
yeah.
in the direction of.
Yeah.
Ravana.
Once it's decided that Atreides and Ravana are able to stay, Ravana will offer up his shield and weapon and start to unarmor himself. Kind of sensing the apprehension with him already. So he strips out of the heavy black, dinged and heavily used plate that he wears. His large tower shield he sets, and it makes a groove in the ground as he finally lets it go and lets it hit the ground. And as he brings off his armor and his plate and his paddings, and it gets down to bare skin, he has the same pale skin that his brother had, that porcelain white, but all from his neck all the way down to under his belt line are just scars and cuts and flagellations across his back and chest. And down his arm are very almost ritual-like lined scars down a line, and as he's like finishing up and sitting down by the fire, he looks to Varric and he's like, you said that you view death as a gift. I do not think I agree with you.
It is not a gift for us.
These marks are the gifts that my brother has given so far. I must add 2 tonight, now that I know. I don't believe those were gifts. I don't believe that death is your friend. He is surely not mine, for all it does is mount more sin upon my shoulders to hold until I can give them peace. Death is cruel, I think. Uncaring of the souls it takes.
Varric kind of sits with that for a moment and I think is empathetic even if the philosophies differ. And just sit with that for a moment. We should get some sleep.
And Ravenna just looks at the fire, sits quietly as he heats a dagger that he had in his belt, and slowly, carefully places 2 more marks on his arm.
When Ferric gets back in their tent, they're going to reach down and touch the ring around their finger. Hey, Eugene.
Eric, hello.
It seems we've got 2 more people traveling with us.
Okay.
One thinks they're a god, and the other one is a twin brother of the man who killed you.
Oh boy, okay. Don't let Pickles fall in love.
I don't think I could stop Pickles from doing anything that Pickles wanted to do.
Okay, that's a fantastic point. um, just watch out for her.
I will. I'll see you in the morning, friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I look forward to hearing you.
If I'm alive in the morning, we'll see. And Ferric slides off the ring and stuffs it into their pack. And steps back out to start their shift.
Well, the first shift goes by fairly uneventfully. Everything is quiet. The wind is blowing through the nearby trees. The moon is overhead. There are no clouds. Looks like tomorrow is going to be a really nice day. You do start to hear frogs. Sounds like some frogs in the distance.
I think Ferric kind of chuckles because when Spunk wasn't having tantrums in their sleep, they probably snored to some sort of croaking noise.
Fair enough.
And just kind of reminisces about their time with Spunk and looks back down at the scars on their own arms. And just sits enjoying the night air.
The second watch approaches. All is peaceful for that watch as well. Who was on third watch?
I think Ambrose offered to take a watch.
Yeah, I
Uh,
offered.
Pickles will probably still be up too, so Pickles and Ambrose can hang out.
Yeah. You guys wake up and you definitely start to hear a lot of frogs. Sounds like they are getting closer. They're very loud.
You hear that?
What is that?
I'll be right back. And I
Do
put
you
my
need a
cloak
glow
back
stick?
on.
Oh, no.
No, but why is there so
How
many
am I
frogs
supposed
around?
to know where you are? What if you disappear? I mean, you already disappeared, but
You
like,
can
what
come
if you
with
get
me
taken?
then, Pickles.
Okay.
Come with me.
Can I bring a glow stick? Because I can't see.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll go straight to the source. I'm gonna stealth. I'm gonna tell Pickles is with me, and we're going to.
Use her as bait.
Oh no!
Yep.
You just
Pickles
walk down the
and-
path, Pickles. I'll be.
I'll be
Go
about
ahead
10 feet
with
behind
the
you.
light. Just. Gil, if you need help.
But yeah, I'm gonna walk toward and scout out what is going on.
You walk into the brush a little ways away from camp, and you hear this very loud ribbit. And you look over, and sitting on top of this stump is a very large frog. It's about 15 pounds.
Wow.
It's just sitting there on a stump, ribbiting. It hops off and grabs a beetle off a tree with its tongue, and then rivets again.
Should we kill it?
No,
and
this
eat it?
And most frogs are like poisonous. I wouldn't really try to eat that.
Oh, I thought frog legs were supposed to be something you eat.
I mean, yeah, people do, but I don't really eat frog legs.
Okay.
I think they're kind of gross.
Peasant food.
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
is.
right.
Frog legs are peasant food, right?
I don't think this is much of an issue. I think we should just go back.
I want to catch
This
it.
looks like a big frog.
Like, what if
You
we
wanna
just
catch the frog?
Yeah.
For what?
catch
Why
it.
would we need a giant frog?
I don't know, because it's fun. You could throw it in somebody's tent or something. It would be funny.
No, it's gonna run back. We have to like keep care of it. We don't need any more pets. All right.
I don't mean keep it like long term. I mean just
We
bring it
have
back
two
for now. Throw it
strangers
in
in
the
our
tent, let it
camp,
go.
and we don't need a 15-pound frog when we have two random strangers right now, right?
Probably feed it to Spunkles. Do you think Spunkles would like a frog?
I don't want to
It's like eating
visualize
his
Smuggles
father
eating
pig.
a living thing.
Yeah.
Be like eating his dad.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
like
You can feed it to Pokey.
They're different. Like, if I can feed it. I can feed it to Pokey.
Oh yeah, how's Pokey doing?
I don't. He's in your bag. We haven't talked to him in a while.
I open up the bag and pull him out for a second. Hey Pokey,
Oh,
how you doing?
what do we have here? My next victim, I surmise?
Are you? I'm assuming you're not calmed down. Bloodlust, right?
Never.
Never. All right. What are we gonna do with this damn sword? I don't-
Keep him and be his friend. All right. He obviously
I
needs
have
a
to
friend.
keep.
Well, no, I
Okay.
can keep him. Like, I just didn't want to carry him around in the middle of Ortimal. I
Yeah,
thought
no,
having
you-
a big old sword with an eye on it would be pretty telling.
Yeah. I put Pokey back in the bag. I don't really know what to say to Pokey. Just all he talks about is murder. It's not really interesting.
I don't think the bag is good for him. Like, I was at the bag. It's not very nice in there.
All right, I pull Pokey back out. Pokey,
Nothing stimulating in the bag.
do you want to? Okay,
He
I'll
needs
make a deal with
enrichment
it.
in his enclosure.
Yeah.
I'll let you sit on my shoulder, or like on the back of my back, but you can't talk about murder for more than 2 hours, max, for the whole day. Or you go back in the bag,
It's a pretty tight restriction.
or you go in the
But
bag.
I mean, it's better than being in the bag.
Also, you can't like talk about murder specifically when we're like talking to people in the group. Actually,
Do
you
we
could
have
talk.
like a code word?
Yeah, let's
Carrot.
no, carrot.
I want some carrots.
Yeah, let's. How about we replace the word murder with carrots for now on?
And blood.
Let's carrot this frog.
Exactly. And instead of blood, we can do simple syrup. So like,
I feel like that's too complicated.
Mm.
Okay, we can do orange juice.
Way too acidic. It's bad for my blade.
Okay. What would you? Okay, I'm not gonna ask what would you like. Just say water. Let the water flow. How about that?
Water's bad for a blade too. It's not good.
You're a
Blood
magical
is
sword.
best.
That doesn't even count.
Yeah, but I still hunger.
Hunger what?
Proteins.
Carrots.
I mean, protein is a
hunger
good
for
one. We can just do
carrots.
carrots and proteins.
Okay,
So.
let's just do that. I
Stew?
put
Stew kind of contains both.
Pokey on my back.
Wait, are we gonna stab the frog for Pokey?
Hell no, we ain't doing
Oh.
that.
What?
Sorry, Pokey. I tried, but he's holding you.
I am not gonna kill this 15-pound frog for no reason. For an evil sword.
Pokey's hungry.
I'm hungry.
See?
No, that's a group discussion. We're not gonna just
It's
start
a group
murdering-
discussion to kill a frog.
Yes. No, it's a group discussion to kill something with an ancient evil sword.
Oh.
I'm not even sure you're ancient. How old are you, Pokey?
Only a couple days old.
He was born in the bag.
That's right, but like, he was a previous sword, so I'm not sure if that counts.
My life as the Black Blade is a fog. I recall being told to cleanse the world.
Of love. And I put Pokey in the sheath. And the thank you, Monkey.
You know, Ambrose, you should be proud of me. I haven't attuned to him yet. I've listened to you.
I honestly don't think I would let you do that.
I know that's probably why you're holding him right now, so I can't
Yeah,
get
that's
close
right.
to it. Yeah. I guess
Alright.
just go back and
Attack me if I do attune with the weapon. Fair deal,
Why are
right?
you gonna attune to the weapon? Why
If
are
I
you
do.
allowed to attune
It's
the weapon?
cursed.
I'm
You
not
never
allowed.
know. I'm saying if it does, attack me and take it away from me.
Okay.
I'm not saying when I tune to him, start doing whatever the sword says. Why would I do that?
I don't know. He's pretty nice.
Pokey?
Yeah.
Is Pokey's eye like nodding up and down?
He's like still peeking out of the bag. He's like, yeah.
The eyebrows.
He's on your back now, right?
Yeah, he's on my
not in
back.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like neglect, man, if I put him in the bag for
See?
so long, you know?
But he'll come
Yes.
around.
You feel it shake, Ambrose. You feel it like on your back. It starts to like vibrate, like as if it's trying to move,
Oh, God.
All right.
but then
Um,
it stops.
If we aren't gonna stab the frog, let's just go back to camp. 'Cause
No, why would I set the frog?
The frog looks at you.
Bye, frog.
Bye, frog. You get to live today.
As you guys walk back into camp, you see there are 3 more very large frogs sitting around your camp.
Okay, Ambrose, we gotta stab the frog.
This is a problem. I shoot the ground with my crossbow to scare them, make them like hop away.
They all 3 look.
Should I wake somebody up?
Guys,
I
You
we
feel
want to roll
like
like
this
have,
animal handling or something, or a nature check.
I mean, I'll do nature check.
Survival.
I've got pretty
9.
good animal handling. I'm gonna
Waking
try
us
to
up?
catch a
Are we
frog.
awake?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's a nat 20 for
Oh
me
my
trying to deal with the
Ooh.
frogs. For 24.
Pickles is very easily like Ambrose. You shoot your bolt at them. They kind of look at the bolt, unfazed. Pickles starts
I'm just
running
hurting
at them. How do you take care of the frogs, Pickles?
Pickles is just like she has a glow stick in each hand and she's just using them to like herd, like you would herd some sheep and just get the frogs like corralled together.
Jules looks like an air traffic controller.
This way, this
Wow.
way,
I feel-
this way, this way.
I feel like a 15-pound frog is like the size of a large dog to Pickles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Easily rideable.
If I tie a bunch of
Easily
these
rideable.
together, I can make a little sled and they can pull me around.
Oh god.
Just
Well, they
tie
hop,
2 of
they
them to your
don't
feet
drag.
and then jump around.
There you go. Frog shoes.
Probably ride too.
I'm
Should
here
we
for
wake people up? Is this a concern?
Is there any more coming, or is it just? Is it? Can I investigate what's like where they're grouping up into? Like, are they going to like a food source? Is like a bag open, or is it more focused in one area of the camp, or is it just frogs are literally everywhere?
Roll like one of those survival or animal or nature checks. Whichever is your best.
17.
Yeah. You start to see like these frogs that are in your camp have hopped in from the east. And you start to follow their trail a little bit. And eventually you come to a very large pond. It's not maybe 10 minutes from you guys. And it is full of frogs. Like they're just like sitting on top of each other.
Mating season, I guess.
Something.
Pickles is gonna go
They
over
seem
to-
harmless. There's just a lot of them and they're big.
Give me a second. I want to ritual cast detect magic.
Nah. Pickles is gonna go over and like hit a trees with a glow stick, and just like be sitting there with 3 frogs. Hey, Pops! Pops! Just keep
He's still
hitting him with a
asleep and
stick.
he's not used to that name.
A trailies. She's just gonna just like hit him real hard in the head with a stick.
Oh, is it morning already?
No, I got frags. This is Bartholomew.
That's
Sorry, did you say
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew?
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
Follow
Yep.
you?
Hello, Bartholomew.
I've trained them to follow the lights.
Why?
I don't know. They're in camp. Ambrose said, "Hold on." I can't keep the straight face. Ambrose said, "Hold on," and just like walked away to go try to figure out where they're coming from. There's a whole bunch of frogs, and it's getting a little concerning because they're really big. But like these 3 seem really cool.
They are big. They're yes, those are very large frogs. Okay, so Bartholomew is the one with the brown spot there.
Yeah.
What's the names of the other 2?
That's as far as I got. Do you want to name one?
Naming a creature. It's a great responsibility. I don't
Yeah,
want to
you
give
got to
it-
think a long time about it.
Well, I don't want to give it a name that does not fit its personality or that is ill fit for whatever reason.
It's just a big decision. All right, maybe asking you was the wrong decision. You
Did
think
my
about it. I'll
magic
save
go
that
off?
one for you.
We'll be honored to give this frog a proper name.
Is someone gonna wake
Interesting.
up the druid? Come on, guys.
Yeah, I'll while I'm waiting to finish my
By
detect
7
magic,
intelligence? No.
I'll knock on Adalia and Ferric's tent. And
Who died?
no
What is
one.
going on out there?
So we have a lot of frogs.
I have a lot of fucks to give you.
No,
Okay.
there's a lot of frogs in
What?
here.
What do you mean frogs? Like,
15-pound frogs.
Did you try eating one?
no, we're not
No.
eating. Okay, all right. And Adalia like stumbles out of the tent.
Oh, if we're
And-
waking everybody up, we gotta go get Ravenna.
Okay, you do that, or we can let
We'll
him sleep.
Go hit Ravenna with a stick too.
And Adalia is gonna cast Speak with Animals on herself.
Yeah, I mean, as all this is, finishing up, you're just wrapping up your ritual, Ambrose. You detect no magic on the frogs. They seem natural enough. Italia, you cast Speak with Animal. 2 more frogs are hopping into camp, along with the 3 that Pickles has, as you guys walk out of your tent.
How big are these frogs in comparison with Spunk?
Well, I mean, Spunk was like, what, 3 feet tall?
Spunk
I
was
thought he was like 2 feet tall.
Spunk was 35 pounds. So these are
Okay.
half the weight of Spunk.
They're like
They're
a
like
half Spunk.
half Spunk size. Okay. But so they're not grung. They don't look like grung. They're like
No,
actual
they're
frogs.
genuinely.
Okay.
They look like what would
Frog
be
frogs.
a Spunk's dog.
Okay. Or like a baby's, like the children. I'm thinking of Spunk's children.
Spunk child?
He's always screaming about.
Oh
Um,
god, Spunk children.
All right. Speak with animals.
He did tell you.
Uh,
I think Spunk did tell you we're like tadpoles for a really long time.
yes,
And we're-
you did.
My race is amphibious, so we stay in the water.
Right. But you know, we don't know. We don't know.
True.
I've been woken up out of a deep sleep.
Fair.
Giant frogs. Greetings, friends. What is happening? She says to the frogs.
They look at each other and then look back at you and then ribbit and say, looking for food, ribbit.
Oh,
You got
Okay.
any food?
well, what I don't know what frogs eat, dear.
Beetles, bugs, flies, worms, ribbit.
Adalia will. Well, she'll turn to
The
everyone
other
and
one
say,
kind of looks around and says, I'd eat a rat, ribbit.
"Oh, all right." She'll turn to everyone and then come and say, "They're just hungry, I think." It sounds like they're just looking for food.
Do they plan on
Um,
eating us?
No, they want bugs
Ask 'em
and
that.
things. Bugs and grubs and whatever, and they did express that they might eat a rat. So maybe squirrels? I can ask them about the squirrels.
We don't have enough squirrel for
Oh.
5 frogs.
No, don't feed them. They're gonna more will come if we give them food.
I'm gonna cast Mold Earth on some, ground kind of just outside our camp and see if I can get any, like, beetles and worms to come up out of the loose
Oh.
earth.
It's a
Yeah,
clever
excellent use
spell.
of that.
That's a good use.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think you can do that. They're just digging around, doing their thing, and then they're like, huh? Just fall to the, as the earth is molded around them away.
It's a 5-foot square of excavated earth that should have lots of, buggy things in it.
Yeah, that works great. I don't have to have you roll or anything for that. The other frogs hop up and start eating. One of the ones in Pickles' arms kind of look at you and struggle to go eat with the other frogs.
Oh, go ahead, Bartholomew.
Yeah, and all 5 of them kind of hop up to that little pit and start feeding.
Did you name them Pickles already?
Just that one. I just named that one Bartholomew. I think I'm gonna name that one Jeremy because he looks like a Jeremy.
He does. He does.
Pops is supposed to name one. He's still thinking real hard on it.
Hmm.
I have not come up with a good name for a frog
Ooh,
yet.
I like this one. This one's cute. I'm gonna call it Pickles.
Name it Milk.
Name it what?
Milk.
Milk.
Seems like a good name.
You
It's
know
a
what? I'm not one to
terrible
judge.
name.
Milk, it's a great name. All right, so we
Yeah,
got
what?
Bartholomew, Milk, Jeremy,
Jeremy.
to be determined, and we need one more name. What'd you say you wanted to name yours, Ambrose?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Okay, so that one's oh nothing, never mind. That
Oh,
one's
nothing,
milk.
never mind. Milk. Jeremy.
Bartholomew.
I'll switch back to frog speak. And to the 5th one, whichever one that is specifically. Excuse me, do you have a name?
Yeah, Cody, name the frog.
Galaxy
Name the
Names
frog.
Generators.com.
Frognames.com.
Frognames.com.
My name's
Grr.
Fucking idea what a frog's name would be.
Can we
I
take
mean, maybe frogs don't have names, like canonically. That's fine.
Pick like a Murloc name where it's like.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right. It'd probably be something froggy. Drip.
Oh, all right.
Rip?
I think he says his name is Rip. Or something along those lines. It doesn't translate perfectly between common and frog speak, you know, so I don't think he'll care much, though, if we want to change his name.
The other one looks at you and looks up from the pit and says, "My name's Fredo. Ribbit."
Fredo? Which one is it?
So-
Please say it's Bartholomew.
No, it's just one of the other two that
Okay.
you had initially spoken to.
Well, my name is Adolia. That's Pickles over there, who you were cuddling with, I think, when I woke up. Gentlemen, may I ask, do you just go up to everyone like this and sort of invade campsites looking for bugs? Is that a good strategy that you've discovered?
Ribbit. We don't know. Ribbit, it works. We just hop around and look for bugs. We were born in that pond over there. Ribbit.
Eric steps away for a moment and then retrieves a growler of some alcoholic beverage and takes a swig of it and hands it to Ambrose.
It can all be morning drinks. if you
Oh
believe
my
it.
god.
As
Thank you.
Adolia like ribbits back and forth.
I cracked that thing so hard.
I need to be drunk for this. We may be official, but this is.
This is a red flag. This is a red flag. I didn't see this before.
Hey, you speak to corpses, man.
You do speak to corpses. You've
Yeah.
seen Adolia talk to plants.
I
Like,
speak to corpses, but
You
she's
knew this
speaking to
going in.
breakfast.
Her throat is literally expanding when she's talking.
ew, gross.
That I don't mind.
Of course, Fair
Wow.
couldn't mind that.
Wow.
All right. Fredo, how long ago were you born in that pond? Out of curiosity.
Ribbit. Maybe two weeks. Ribbit. There's a lot of us.
Yes, I can see that. Are there?
Too many.
Y-
There's too many of us to eat. I'm
Oh,
hungry.
oh no. Both Adolia and I are very sad about the frogs facing starvation. I'm so sorry to hear that. Are there any older frogs, or are all your brothers and sisters 2 weeks old?
Ribbit. We're all the same age. Ribbit. We're from the same spawn.
Hmm.
This
Can I-
nice guy used to come take care of us, but he hasn't been around. Ribbit.
Oh, I'm sorry. How long ago did he stop taking care of you?
God, it feels like forever.
Hmm.
I don't know. An eternity. Ribbit.
So they can only really talk about what they perceived within the past day. Apparently, I'm reading the reading the spell description.
I mean, for all you know, like a frog might view the past 24 hours as
Yeah, as an
Not
eternity.
sure what their
Yeah.
position is.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, but yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Did we find the clue to the? I don't know what we're even looking
Do we get to
for
keep
right now.
them? Are we gonna eat them? Are we gonna?
Well, we
Just
can't
name
eat them. We know their names now.
It
Right.
hasn't stopped me before.
Okay. All right.
Australians will quietly clock that.
All right. I assume. Oh no, I have 10 minutes. I was gonna say I assume I'm coming to the end of a minute, but I got 10 minutes to talk to these frogs. Where the man who used to take care of you, was he nearby, or did he come from the city?
We don't know, Ribbit. He just came.
Mhm.
It would bring a lot of bugs.
He would bring a lot of bugs. Okay. Dahlia will report all of this to everybody.
Interesting news. Thank God we got that
Yeah,
intel.
I'm very
I
glad
kicked the
that I
frog in the butt to get them moving. Not hard, like a little tap in the butt. You know, like a little.
Emma's on a
I found you.
rampage! Killing gnomes, kicking frogs.
Punch the
Ambrose,
tap
what
in
the
the
hell?
butt. I go scoot, like inside boot, get.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Full eyes
The
like
back
50
pedal.
yards.
Not a like a full.
Not a
Not a
punch.
yeah, not a butt, like a little
Yeah.
scoop. You know, like a dog is like won't move. You're like, come on.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, and it hops away from the little pit. You guys are kind of talking here for a moment, and you hear something rustling through the brush. Probably assuming it was just more
More
frogs.
frogs.
But as you are having this conversation, a man steps out into the clearing here, holding a large basket.
Put your hands up.
He drops the basket, and worms and spiders and beetles go everywhere.
Ambrose.
Oh,
Came out of nowhere.
no. This
Well,
is
that's
this is
friend.
the man.
I'm
Hello.
with Rayleigh's.
I'm so sorry about my friend. He's a little on edge. Hello, you're the one who takes care of the frogs.
Yeah. Who are you guys?
Nobody.
We are nobody.
New friends to the
Travelers.
frags.
He looks like at you guys with wide eyes.
It's a noble endeavor, taking care of animals that would otherwise struggle. Very commendable.
Oh, of course.
Does he seem to recognize us? Either the heroes of Mordstead or Atreides and Ravnar, the
Oh my
fugitives over here?
God.
No, he doesn't seem to recognize you guys. He just says, yeah, I'm, so, can I put my hands down?
Yes, of course you can.
Oh, okay.
I holster my crossbow.
I pick his
I'm-
basket up for him and hand it back.
My name's Giorgio Smolikow. I'm a farmer and conservationist.
And conservation.
I
Oh,
live to the north in the rugged lands.
Cool.
And
Cool.
I've been trying to save these frogs from going extinct.
you're doing a marvelous job, Georgia. Look how they're thriving. They're huge. I didn't even know frogs could be 15 pounds. What a
He
good job
nods.
you're doing.
He says, yeah, that's part of the problem. Everyone eats them. Everyone's been eating them. They're like
Yeah,
a
who would do
local
that?
delicacy.
Oh,
How good
Shame.
are they?
He's like,
no.
well, I hate to admit it, but they're really good.
And one second. Ferric pulls out a notepad. And what would you season these kinds of frogs with?
No.
Well, usually people eat them with rice.
Rice.
Yeah, I'm not a chef myself, but usually it's a rice dish with a big frog on it.
Okay. Rice isn't a seasoning. You got to give me like cumin.
Yeah, I can't really
rosemary.
afford a lot of expensive stuff. Usually I have it with rice.
Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe like a stew that's cooked with it or something.
Can you remind me your name, conservationist friend?
Oh, yeah, of course. My name's Giorgio Malikow.
Well met, Giorgio.
Yes, well met, everyone, and safe travels to you all. I have to tend to the frogs. He starts like scooping up the insects back into his basket.
Let me help you with that. I am sorry about that.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of trouble. See, a lot of people here think I'm crazy, but I think these frogs are the solution to all of our problems.
Oh, really?
In what way?
Well, like I said, people eat them. They're really good. I think we should save them from extinction. We should farm them. We should find a way to integrate them into society. Everything has a spot in the master's world.
So you
we
want to
shouldn't
save them
just-
from extinction so that they can multiply and you can eat them in return.
Well, it's a cruel fate, but yes, it's better
That
than
is nature.
Okay.
It's better than to just cease to exist.
So you want to domesticate the frogs you're conserving so that they can be turned into livestock animals.
Sort of.
Okay.
First steps first is to save them.
Right. Yes. What problem is that solving? Are the people of the theocracy starving?
No.
Oh, you just want a new, livestock option.
Well, I just think that it's gonna save us all one day. Like,
No.
I don't know why. I just have this feeling.
So, friend, Giorgio, imagine that you lived in an arid, in a desert, and
Has his eyes
you.
closed.
Yes, feel the hot sun on your back. Imagine that you and your friends, let's say that at night, I think the deserts sometimes get quite cold. Let's say this is an exception. They get chilly, but not frigid. Picture it, feel it. Now, imagine that there's a forest nearby, and all that the trees want to do is to grow tall and proud. And imagine that you chop them all down to burn a bonfire when you're not cold. Have you done a service to anyone?
No, I guess not.
I mean, there can be principles, guys. I mean, basic economics. If you read any of Mornstead's work,
Oh,
apply.
You know, we own all
tickets
that
for-
land. Should we just farm frogs?
Could be a massive business.
But-
We could be a massive business.
we could turn it into like a wildlife sanctuary, but I don't want to farm anything there for slaughter.
We don't have to eat them. I just thought it was a good way to get people on board,
And people
since they
should
already
eat
like
them.
to.
Right.
I don't know how we'll get them back to our land, but
Yeah.
that would be fun.
Now, do you
Well,
own
I
this
have
pond? Who
big
owns this
duties to my
pond?
farm nearby. I don't know if I could travel long, but this is my life's calling.
Well, what would you need to continue conserving this frog population?
He thinks to himself, well, they're gonna need a lot more space.
Okay.
I need to find some sort of huge reservoir of water.
All right.
You know any place like that?
Well, we are headed for the sea, but perhaps they're freshwater animals. I don't
I don't
completely
know.
understand.
There are these cisterns underneath the city.
What?
The cisterns, what are they?
Water
Aqueduct?
storage supply. Well, an aqueduct leads to or from a cistern, yes.
Yeah. It's like a duck, but an aqueduct.
That's crazy. So it's like exactly what I'm looking for? Where is it?
Cisterns for drinking water for the city.
It is the
Oh.
freshest water you will find.
Hmm.
Oh. I'm getting mixed signals. Is this a good idea or not?
Probably not a good idea.
Mm,
You guys think it was a bad idea for me to try and save these frogs?
No, not at all.
no.
No, it's
No,
a
they're
wise.
quite
it's a
delicious.
noble
Noble
choice.
calling.
What about the river that we crossed? Could you just that's only like
Mm.
half a day.
I think
try
it's
and
several.
introduce them to the river?
I don't know time.
Do you think that they would do any damage to the native population of creatures that live in the river?
Probably.
100%.
They could be quite invasive, yes.
They look invasive.
They're enormous.
They're pretty
It
big.
would cause a
How
disturbance.
big do they get?
Oh, they can get about 20 pounds. I got them pretty healthy right now.
Okay.
Eric
As you can
scruffs
see,
a
I've been
frog
feeding
and
them a
like kind
lot.
of slaps its belly.
See, the problem is that all this farmland used to be marshland, and then the frogs lost their natural habitat, and then the people ate them. And now they have no natural habitat.
How much is this
Thus,
pond?
an endless cycle of violence begins. They will go and take land from someone else, take resources from someone else, who will then have to go and do the same with a different animal or a different civilization. Atreides just looks off.
Mm-hmm.
Can you buy
Okay.
land in Ortimal?
What was that?
Can you buy land here? Can you just buy this
No.
pond? Oh, that's
This is government owned. Everything is owned by the people and distributed by the government. Like my farm over there is owned, my family's owned that for 300 years. That's why I can't leave, because my family would be so mad. And I have a duty to, the farm and my lot in life.
You can make a government contract.
I've never been to Ortimal before. I do live really close. I guess I could
preserve
find
the
the time to make a pilgrimage there.
Whatever you do, if you go there, you never met us. We were a figment of your imagination.
You guys are pretty weird, but I'm really a big fan of weird stuff.
Like giant frogs, for example.
Like giant frogs.
Do these frogs exist anywhere else, or is this the only remaining population?
Well, as far as I'm aware, this is the only remaining population. But I live here. I mean, I guess it's possible they're all over the place somewhere else. Maybe this is a waste of my time.
It's a valiant effort. It's really early in the morning, and we're talking about
Yeah, and the
frog
frogs are probably really
conservation.
hungry. I gotta get over there and feed those guys.
Not to push this along, but I don't think we're solving the extinction of frogs. And
Tonight.
A morning.
That's true. Well,
Well,
think
I think we've done some really good brainstorming, though, guys.
Yes.
yeah,
consider the cisterns. If everything is owned by the government, then why wouldn't those be also public use, right?
That makes a lot of sense.
Thank
Sell them
you.
for profit. They care about that way
No,
more. Way more. Take over the pond,
Giorgio, follow your
get them
heart.
taxes, and you can conserve and also make a profit. Best way to do it.
I mean, it sounds crazy, but, that way I could make money and send it back to my family and still contribute.
And you can expand. Create more capital.
Oh God.
Where did you say your guys' property was?
too
we
far
did
away for
Too
you.
far away for the frogs, I think. Yeah, I don't know that they would survive the journey.
Oh, they need water every day.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I
They
don't
have to
think they have
submerge
any
their
water.
body completely every day or else they'll die.
I had a friend who had to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty rough being a frog, Well, anyways, good luck. Hope to run into you on the road again.
Definitely.
Likewise.
If you find any place for my frogs or any way to help in this effort, I'd love to hear from you. Here's my my address is just down the road at the it's an unmarked town, but it's the biggest village north of Ortimal.
All right, well, we'll look
Then
for
what
a place for your
extent is-
frogs.
Biggest village can mean a lot of things depending on how far north you go.
Find it. Thank you, Giorgio. We won't keep you anymore. Go see the frogs. They missed
right.
you. I asked them. Speak very highly of you.
He looks confused and he says, "Well, I hope they like me. I'm doing everything I can for them." You know how hard it is to get a whole basket full of bugs like this?
I'm gonna mold earth again.
Very dedicated.
I mean, honestly, if you just had like a mesh bowl and just take the mold earth and you can just siphon through it, it'd be a lot quicker. You don't have to pick it.
How are you doing that?
Doing what?
Molding the earth like that? Oh my god, that's magic.
You know, maybe we should. Yeah, thanks, Giorgio. It's been really nice talking to you.
You know, it's the middle of the night, Giorgio. I think you're confused, dear. It always looked like that.
Wait, I thought it was dawn. Is it still like before?
I think it's like
Right?
the end of second shift.
It's the end of third
Third
shift.
shift.
end of
so like
third
first thing in
shift.
the morning.
Freedom.
So it's pretty early in the morning. The sun's probably creeping up.
Okay.
He's just out getting here early before he has to do his farm duties.
Like a fisherman's dawn, right? Like
Yeah.
not before the sun, but yeah, okay.
Well, he kind of looks back at you guys and stumbles around a little bit as he's kind of like confused by this whole encounter, but he makes his way back to his massive army of frogs. As for the rest of you, you're left with camp.
That
What
was
do you do now that he's gone?
We really got to
Ambrose,
work on you guys talking to strangers in the theocracy and making it super obvious we're not from here.
Yes, I
Ambrose,
would
take
suggest magic in front of the locals will be looked with some criticism at the very least. If not all out fear and or informing of the local authorities.
Cool. That's
to know.
very cool.
Yeah. Okay, well then we should probably go. Atreides, Raveno, it was very nice to meet you, but we've got somewhere we've got to be.
We can't leave.
Why?
Can
Why
we not
can't we?
leave,
Why
Ambrose?
can't we leave?
Or maybe, my dad is still there.
Yeah, he's fine.
Think we should just leave him?
Yeah.
Ambrose, your dad.
Really?
Oh, I keep forgetting.
I'll add a mark.
Oh no, no, no!
No.
Everyone calm down.
Stop with that too.
No.
I don't want to watch that. I
That's
don't.
that is upsetting. Okay, all right. Well, we told them his name was Jeff, so he might be all right.
What strong name, Jeff?
Jeff.
I mean, I
agree.
think he'll do better there than coming along
Nerd.
with us.
Is this in the temper of the master?
Yes.
He will receive excellent care there.
See?
Yes, your friend, Master Lorien, told us to seek you out.
Yes, Lorien, a good man. He and I have our disagreements, but we deeply respect one another.
Okay, that's good.
Obviously, I'm not a fan of the Master anymore, but the Temple of the Master does treat its wards well, and your father is in hands that I would trust.
Well, Ambrose, I think this has to be your decision. Do you think he would be safer here or on the road with us?
I grabbed my necklace, the symbol of Vespa, that's tucked under my shirt. I don't see how we can bring him with us with the amount of danger ahead of us. I mean, literally, it's every minute. And I don't think they would expect a comatose person behind their lines. They're looking for actual fugitives.
We can check on him. Because it's the next day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
Whip out the old scrying mirror.
He will have to roll, I suppose.
Yeah.
What's the save again?
He should fail. He's comatose.
Oh yeah, I mean that's probably
Yeah.
a good point. You should at least get disadvantage.
It's a 17. But let's see, scry.
Mhm.
Oops.
Is it a wisdom?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he got a 3.
Perfect.
He ain't doing good in his coma.
Oh, no.
He's not very willful.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so then all the other stuff, like knowing him well, doesn't matter because he got a 3. So, yeah. So the mirror flash, I'm picturing it like the mirror in the animated Beauty and the Beast, you know, where it like crackles and then you can see in it. That's kind of what I'm picturing. So
Right.
I'll hold it up so that we can check on old Isaac Busan.
Yeah. You hold it up and look. You see Isaac Busant is wearing a toga now, just like all the other people.
A
They have
hospital
him
toga.
in a very nice cushioned bed. He has his wounds bound. He has a man next to him is the elf that you saw, Servius. He is giving your dad water with like a sponge. He is like dipping it into the water and then like squeezing it like gently into your dad's mouth. It is just a serene scene as they seem to be just doing everything they can for him at this moment. Just some real good doctoring going on. Nothing magical, nothing too crazy. They're just taking care of him. After a while, because you can do it for like 10 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
After a while, Master Lorien would come in and ask of his status. And Servius would say, "There's been no change, sir." And he nods and says, "I predict he will be under for at least 7 days. So we'll have to prepare him some liquid food." And Servius nods. "I will fetch the herbs, sir," and he runs out of the room. Master Lorien picks up your father's hand and starts praying to the master. "Master, help this man heal through this. See him through his troubles as you see everyone. Help him achieve his best." He says some things in Celestial that only, I think, do any of you speak Celestial?
I do.
I do as well.
You too would recognize it as a very straightforward prayer to the Master in Celestial. Just very by the books, like straight out of scripture.
Yeah, liturgical.
And then a single tear will roll down his face. And he'll get up and walk out of the room.
Well, he seems quite well cared for, Ambrose, but also if he is to awake in 7 days, he might be in danger. After that.
Yeah. I've done everything I can. We have a mission and we gotta take care of it. He's just gonna have to do what he always says to me and grow up and do it yourself.
Perfect.
Let's get out of here.
Well, as you guys pick up camp, I think this will be the perfect place for us to take a break. This will be the break of our first half here. everyone listening at home, check us out. We're live every Sunday, 7 p.m. YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time YouTube. Go ahead and check out actualplaypods.com. We've got all the shows, Homebrew, Sanity Damage, Power Word Fail, World Weavers. Give us a look up. Check it out. Homebrew's new season just dropped today, so go give that a download once you're done with Power Word Fail here. But we will be back in about 5 minutes. Sound good for everybody?
Yeah.
5 minutes. All right, see you then.
Bye.
Five.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are returning from break. I will give a quick recap. Last time, we returned the party members together. They were all reunited. We had 2 new members, Atreides and Ravenaugh the Real, as he's been called. The real Ravenaugh, Tarsinian's evil brother. And we have had some pretty crazy discussions about the meaning of life and what it means to be a god. But after that, we went to sleep. Everyone got a pretty good night's rest up until about 5 in the morning when a lot of frogs started creeping into camp.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them.
Big frogs.
Some really big frogs, about 15-pound frogs.
Big old
And after some deliberation, everyone decided to, or Pickles decided to wake everyone up. And then after some deliberation with the frogs, they eventually met the man who had been taking care of them, Giorgio Malachau, a very strange conservationist who really wants to protect these frogs. And after a long discussion with him about what he should do with his life, if this was futile, if he should go into frog sales, the crew had decided to scry on Ambrose's father, Isaac, to see how he was doing. He was under the care of Master Lorien and his elven servant Servius, and everything seemed to be going well. Isaac is estimated to awaken in 7 days.
What if it would have been like
What?
that scene from Billy Madison? His grandma is and Ben Stiller's like torturing her and stuff.
Oh my god, this is your old man.
Yeah.
Listen here, old man. Yeah. No, Isaac's
Oh my
safe for now. Dun dun
He
dun.
is safe for now. And that was where we picked back up. It is a very early morning. The sun is just starting to creep up. Giorgio is over not too far away feeding a bunch of frogs. You can hear them all going wild, ribbiting as you pack up camp.
I like that, man.
I'm gonna miss Bartholomew.
Idalia, did you get the name of the one that I was trying to name? Did it have an actual name?
Oh, yes. Rip, I believe. Or something along those lines. It doesn't translate perfectly,
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Atreides, Ravenna, we are headed. We are not welcome here, certainly. So we are likely to continue. Do you have business here in Ortimal? What are your plans?
Oh, I am not particularly welcome in Ortimal myself.
Neither am I. We could help you through our country, if you would allow it.
Adalia kind of looks to Pickles and Ambrose. She assumes that Ferrick's probably equally concerned as she is.
Yeah, if you look over towards Ferric's like washing out the coffee pot and just like back turned to everybody, like peeking over their shoulder.
Head turning like all the way to the
Right.
back and then
Yeah.
back.
And if you see them and you're looking at them and they see you looking at them, they're gonna snap back.
For better or worse, it seems our destinies will be intertwined again. It might be easier to face it together. My brother does not usually leave survivors. I think he will return.
Well, I mean, he killed who he said he was going to kill. But listen, if we want to get Ravenar the fake, like, quick, what a better way than to have Ravenar the real just, like, tagging along?
We do
Right.
need help.
Like, if Ravenar the fake looks and he's like, oh my goodness, my brother is with them, and he gets all mad. And then he might show up all mad.
And then we can kill him. Perfect.
You're cool killing your brother too, right?
Right.
Just to confirm, we're on that same page.
We can cross that bridge when I see him.
Why do we have to kill him? Why can't we just, like, stuff him in a ring?
I'm gonna
Like,
kill him.
Right.
Actually, never mind.
Very well.
Oh, I killed someone in Ortimal, by the way. I should probably tell you that.
When? I was with you the
What?
whole time.
During the chase. Turns out, I already told you guys, very hard to escape. I had to make the decision.
To
So-
murder someone.
He put me in the
No.
bag of holding, by the way.
It was all me. Pickles was not involved in it. I had to. I had no other choice.
So you shot at the head of the Inquisition and
Probably not the last.
killed someone.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
You are on your way to making quite a name for yourself as an outlaw. That's impressive. In one day.
Hey, gotta start now. We already are. So
All right. Anyone else have any, pertinent confessions?
Should I
No.
tell them about Spunkles yet?
oh.
What's a spunkles?
I
Indeed.
can't
ate
tell
the
you yet
frog.
until they say it's okay.
Oh, we should probably talk about Pokey too.
Oh yeah.
Are these pets of yours?
Pokey.
Well, Spunkle's my son. Pokey.
Oh.
I guess I technically created Pokey, so he's kind of my son too.
So I have great grandchildren.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Congratulations.
No. Here we go.
Should we hold off then on the?
We might as well get it all out at once, and then if they decide they don't want to travel with us, then no one's
No,
wasted
that's-
any time,
How do you feel about dragons?
Dragons.
Hmm.
Yes.
Well,
Unrelated to what we were just talking about, totally. But how do you feel about dragons?
I have very rarely, if ever, dealt with even the conversation of dragons, to be honest.
Okay, so you're open. Claps.
Well, I hear that there's a terrible amount of destruction going on up north right now.
Oh, yes, that
Yep.
Ahead of a
Pharaoh
dragon.
fellow. Yeah, I did hear
Yeah.
about that.
Should
Yep.
probably also talk about Pharaoh.
You
No.
know about him as well.
Mhm.
Were you involved? You were involved, weren't you?
Let's focus
No.
on one
I
conversation
wasn't.
at a time. Right now, we're going on general feelings
The
about
the
dragons.
destructive actions of Pharaoh. I cannot imagine that they speak for all dragons. At
They
the same
could.
time, historically, dragons have tended to cause wanton destruction wherever they go.
But my lord, we do know, as with our own people, history is written by the victors.
Indeed.
Oh, perfect. So you get it. Okay. Well, then you have a great grandchild. His name is Spunkle. And he is a baby dragon. And she's just gonna like pull Spunkles out from underneath her cloak and just like hold him out.
Oh, he is
Uncles.
adorable.
By the master's
Uncle's
hand.
waves and says, "Peace."
You-
And also with you, Spunkles.
He can also talk if you hold the stone. I think Ambrose has the stone. There's
You're
another
right.
stone. I think we might have lost it.
Can't you do the top thing,
just
and then he
lost
can talk to
it.
everyone?
No, it's the bag.
Mm.
Well, take it out of the bag.
You are all full of
You
surprises.
can take it whenever you want. I don't want to talk to Smuggles.
Can I have the stone, please, Ambrose?
You have them forever. I tossed the 2 stones.
Oh, you had both of them this whole time?
They're in the bag, like I said.
She's gonna tap the stone. All right, Spunkle, say hello. This is Ravenor, the good one, I think, and Pops, your grandfather.
Hello, little one.
Hello there. He
Greetings.
looks exactly like the other one, though. I don't
confusing,
like
I
him.
know. It's okay. You don't have to like him.
I have been
None of us
told
really like him.
my brother
Adelia's
is
gonna pat him on the head.
much prettier than I am. At this point.
I can see the family resemblance. He kind of looks scared a little bit, but he's not like retreating.
Atreus would reach out to take Spunkles, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you want to go with your grandfather?
Okay, if he's my grandfather.
Yeah, we don't know. We think so. She'll just hand him over.
Oh, hello, grandfather. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hello, little one.
I don't mean
Like,
to be
scratch him
rude.
under the chin.
I don't want to be
Oh, I like
too
that.
forward, but who father of Spunkles?
A little tiny frog, grung, named Spunk. He was awesome. He died. Best father ever, though. But we found. Well, we didn't found. We were given the egg, and then we hatched the egg, and we became parents.
Ah, I see.
Okay.
Adoptive, not.
No to buy his
Adoptive parents,
logical
real parents.
I was a little confused.
I
at
did
first,
not
but-
sleep with a dragon.
Okay.
Ravenor.
Oh, I didn't want to.
Really? Is that
I
so-
was wondering
You just
as well.
immediately assumed?
I didn't want to be presumptuous.
Wait till you meet Pokey. I can't wait till you just think of what Pokey's father is too.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, wait a
So
minute.
who is Pokey?
You have another dragon? then?
Yeah, it's
Don't Pokey's unique.
Arsenian's Black Blade. And I pull out Pokey a little bit just to show its eye.
Ravenor takes a
Oh.
full step back and literally his this massive it's like a giant shard of steel. It's just huge. He immediately snatches it up and pulls it up at first and is like, "Why do you have that?"
Well, it's better with us than with your brother.
I would not be so sure.
Plus, he's changed. He's got an eye now.
It's different, yeah, a little bit. What am I supposed to do with it? I mean, we got the Black Blade, it transformed, we just pawn it, we have to take it. It has to come with us.
You could bury it, seal it, put it in a dungeon, drop it into a volcano for all I care.
Well, the closest volcano is, I pull out the map, not within 40 miles.
Plus, he's got a personality. He's really nice underneath it all, and
No,
you
he's
can't just condemn someone because of their past, right?
It's not a someone, Pickles. It's a
It's a
evil soul.
personification of the slavery and chains the master would put upon all of humanity.
That was before. He was only born 2 days ago.
I'll put him in the bag. Sorry, Pokey, the deal's off.
No.
I'll put Pokey in the bag. Things have changed.
So, you all have seen how fucking weird we are. Is this mess even something that you are interested in?
I'm not getting
traveling
rid of
with?
Pokey. Staring at Ravenor.
Is that even a question you need to ask, Derek? I am enraptured.
Of course you would be. Alright, So, where the hell are we going now?
I should say this again before we leave. You're probably going to die. I want you to really
Statistically,
know that. I said that last time. I was very right. This time, just
statistically,
There is-
we have about a 50% survival rate. So
Or-
maybe not.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Speaking, we have
I-
a 0% survival rate. We will all die. It is just a matter of if we will
Oh.
come back or not.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it really says otherwise.
While I'm please hear that I'm very sorry for your losses, but there is something different about your adventure from here out.
Yeah.
Because
ready to go?
you're a god who cannot die.
And who can command others back to life if they wish.
Side eye Ferric.
Yeah, Ferric tenses. The Miyazaki bristles go up on Ferric's neck.
Being brought back is
If-
not all it's cracked up to be, Atreides. Let's just put it at
Yeah.
that.
If they wish was part of what I said.
You think they have a choice? That's interesting.
Well, I have. On several occasions.
Oh,
It is my purpose to die.
Oh, you and Varric are going to just get along. Perfect.
Ferric side eyes Ambrose.
No, I think that we are on opposite sides, if anything.
How many times have you died, Roundball? Just like rough
ballpark.
estimate.
He thinks
your
about
fingers?
it for a minute, and then he kind of like looks over to Atreides.
Was it? It was 6, right?
Oh,
That sounds about right.
Oh no. I forgot the rock slide. 7.
I'm going to insight check this. They're BSing me. Yeah, don't...
Roll it.
Oh god.
21.
Gentlemen,
As far as Ravenau is concerned, he's died at least 6 times that he could remember, with the added 7th of the rock slide.
the rock slide rings very true when he says it, the way he reacts. Oh yeah, the rock slide. Yeah, 7.
Seven, yeah. What about
Right.
Atreides?
Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay.
I
You
am
were
the
brought
shield
back normal.
that will bring upon new divinity. I give myself and my body to protect him.
Okay, maybe not brought back normal.
How romantic.
Where are we
Romantic.
going? Can we start
Yes,
going?
I do think we should probably go though because
yes, we are wasting it.
I
I
think
agree.
yeah, Giorgio did sort of see me do magic, and Ambrose apparently murdered someone. So, and
Don't
we're
say
all being
murder.
hunted as fugitives. So,
Pickles is going to
Yeah.
give Adalia's one of the Spunkle Stone. Give the other one to Atreides since he's currently carrying Spunkles.
okay.
In reality, I defended myself, but it's not really murder. You know? It's just...
We'll have so much time to argue semantics along the road, I think.
Well, that's one of my favorite pastimes.
As you guys are picking up camp and walking past the pond of frogs, you see Giorgio handing out fistfuls of beetles into the pond. You hear him say, "Here you go, Fredo. Make sure you eat up."
That's interesting. Adalia's gonna wave to the frogs.
He waves too. Bye, guys. Be safe. Safe travels.
Goodbye.
Bye. As he gets into the distance, he's still waving.
What a weird dude.
He spends a lot of
where
time with
would this
giant
be?
frogs, so maybe not
He
the
does
best
spend a lot
social
of time
skills.
with Yeah. The party needs to. You were heading to Everton, correct?
We're still, unless someone else has a better idea, we're heading that way because that's where the dragon treasure is, or nearby.
Yes.
It's not in Everton.
Derek's idea was to head slightly southeast towards Riverford, so that we could boat all the way up and then cross over to Everton. But now we know that there's an unmarked village on the map. So maybe we stop there, resupply, and then keep moving forward. If that sounds like a decent plan.
It also looks like there's a dotted line road toward Everton.
There is a road. It does start to get a little bit, what do you call it, out of repair as you go farther north.
And I will remind us, we are all fugitives for one reason or another.
Yes. So the road may not be a great idea.
To your west of the road, it is farmland, kind of rocky, kind of, there's trees and such, but not that many. To the west, it is much more forested. If you wanted to go through the forest, you would have to cut through the road, across the road. Or, sorry,
Forest is east.
the other way around. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
looking at this map backwards.
So forest to the east and farmland and rockiness to the west?
That is correct.
Okay.
East? I thought you said west.
Right. Let me turn this map around here real quick. All right. That makes sense.
Holding the map upside down. We hold in there.
For some reason, this compass was oriented to the south. It will take about 3.5 days to make it to Everton. With the information that Giorgio gave you, you would know that his village is about a day's travel from here. And his farm is somewhere in between, here and there. Just along the road. It's the largest village north of Ortimal.
I think we should avoid Riverford, honestly.
Do we need to
Alright.
stop? Can we just go?
How many days does it look?
Said 3.5 to 4 days, I think.
Yep.
4 days?
Yep.
But we have Ambrose who can hunt, and Adalia and Pickles both have good berries, so we're good on those sorts of just supplies.
I will need to restock on diamonds soon.
I can
We got
help
a ton.
with that.
Amber's got a ton.
I got so many diamonds.
Got a shit ton of diamonds,
Wait.
bro.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, then I
Uh,
suppose there is no need to stop. I mean, small towns are unlikely to have diamonds anyway. It's just a question of Riverford.
I mean, if it's for the group, I look at everyone else. I don't see much of an issue with it.
Sure, why don't we give a diamond to Atreides
Thank you.
for safekeeping? We are not telling Atreides how many diamonds we have.
Yeah, I take out actually notepad and I write down the diamond and I flip the book.
Have like an inventory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
I
sense.
am removing the 1 diamond from group inventory, and you can go ahead and put it in your inventory.
Got it.
Got yourself a revivified diamond, my friend.
Indeed.
I'm actually. Ferric, are you okay if I don't bring this other bag of holding?
You have 2 bags of holding?
And
Yeah, I have
do-
my own. We have another one.
And do what with it?
I need to replace it with some. It's got some magical properties I need to break down and put on my other stuff. So,
So we're just down to 1 bag of holding?
yes.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, that should be good.
Pokey's gonna have to go in the bag, actually. So
You know,
that's why
Pokey
I'm
could just
asking.
travel with me because Pokey shouldn't be in the bag.
Pokey should go in the back.
Bigger than Pickles? He must be, right?
He's a longsword.
He's a longsword. He's gotta
3
be
feet
longer
tall.
than Pickles. Yeah.
You could drag him.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Just on your back, it like leaves a permanent line behind you.
How did they find us?
Subtle.
You're just plowing the field behind you.
Wow.
I could just carry him on my shoulder. Ambrose, just give me Pokey. He deserves to see the countryside.
I'll hold on to Pokey.
Just gonna take him when you sleep.
If you can find me.
Sorry. I was getting my spells ready. I'm good.
He's gonna be in a bag trick.
All right, I
Um,
say we travel where we can bring the cart. For as long as we can bring the cart.
Stay on the road then until it seems wise to leave it.
Yeah, just because there's more of us. So,
True.
Give a wide berth to large towns, though, I would advise. Move into farmland around them, and then rejoin the road after passing towns.
All right.
Excellent. So, just to be sure, you guys aren't going on the main road? You're gonna stay off the main road? You're going to the woods?
I mean,
Keeping
if
the
we're
cart.
taking the cart, I assume we're gonna stay on the roads until we get close to towns and then try
Yeah.
to circumnavigate
Okay.
them.
We should definitely stay off the roads. The main roads is a terrible idea.
Then I don't
They
think
know
we can
where
take
we
the
are.
cart.
You cannot.
You could bring the cart, it'll just slow you down. It'll be like definitely 4 days, maybe 4.5.
That's acceptable.
All right.
Yeah.
Then yeah, apparently
All right.
not on the road.
Okay.
But keeping the cart.
So, I would say that with Atralius and Ravenaugh with you, you wouldn't even need to roll checks. They're very familiar with the country as they've served in the military and been literally all over this place for one reason or another, for training exercises or to slay manticores or various activities. There has not been any war, like large-scale wars in their lifetimes, but there have been battles fought.
Bandit brigades, they get too large,
Mm.
that kind of thing.
Usually they come from Mornstead and then they decide to attack the people of the theocracy, which is nothing against Mornstead. It's just that a lot of times people do magic and then they get magic psychosis and then they think, hey, let's go rob some people. Who would it be easy to rob? Those guys that don't know any magic that live in the theocracy.
Yep.
All right. Duly noted.
So, you travel all day. It is a windy, sunny day. The clouds are passing it over your head at a pretty alarming rate. It's one of those like, damn, dude, it must be really, really windy up there. But it's pretty just normal windy down here.
On days like this, I would just catch a draft and ride it out and spin, twist, feel the wind beneath my wings.
I'd like
It
to
would
see
be a
that.
great day for flying.
Maybe someday there are ways to restore such things. Would you want that?
Beric has a very bittersweet kind of wave of emotion coming over them. No. If I spent all my time up there, I would not know such wonderful people down here.
It is true.
It would be nice to be whole again, though.
Well, maybe something to hope for then in the future. When we're not, fugitives from the law.
I have a feeling it will be a very long time from now.
Probably.
Fair balance.
Yeah. Adalia's sad now.
Wow. Well, you guys travel all day. Eventually, you do see on the horizon smoke rising from a village. Looks like they're just having like cooking fires and whatnot, just various little smokes. Yeah. And you do see some people milling about in the village, but you could easily go around it if you wish.
Yep.
Yep.
That's definitely the plan.
I will also take my crystalline shape that lets me pass without a trace.
Nice.
So that we won't have tracks.
Yep.
Showing the wagon going around the town.
You travel a little bit into the night to make it to the far side of the village and make yourselves a little camp. It starts to get extremely rugged up here. You feel like even if you were on the road, it wouldn't make a whole lot of difference as the terrain is starting to get very hilly, very rocky. Probably the roads are also probably very similar.
Is
It
it
is-
too rocky for the cart?
No, you're just losing time.
Okay.
Well, this seems a good place to make camp for the night. Sheltered from the wind, secluded from the road with all of the rocks, boulders. Atreides puts that about using the remainder of his sourdough to start another batch. He's kneading dough with it in his urn.
Nice.
Adalia will start collecting firewood and stuff and then zap a fire into being for cooking.
I'm gonna patrol, look around, see if there's anything weird.
I think Ferric will follow Ambrose.
All right. What are you looking for? Just like footprints, signs of people nearby or animals?
Yeah, I would cast detect magic, having that up, but also scanning the perimeter, looking for weird tracks or anything out of the ordinary that I would notice.
Right. Give me a survival check with advantage since Spiric's with you.
I live with advantage. 22.
Yeah,
Nice. It is very, very undisturbed. Nothing seems to have been nearby. There's been some small game like deer and such that have been through, but other than that, nothing.
How you doing, Ferric?
I am troubled.
What's wrong?
I do not know how to deal with our new friends.
I sit by a tree. You wanna have a seat?
Ferric crawls over and leans against the same tree.
I feel the same way. Honestly, Atreides is giving me the creeps with this whole god complex thing, and if I have to hear Ravna talk about the whole beating thing, about like injuring himself, it's a weird vibe. But one, it's also my fault that I feel that way, but also We really do need the help, and they are good people.
Do not shy away from the scarification. We all bear our wounds in one way or another. It is not any different from Idalia. It is a way to remember.
Frankly, Varric, I feel like we don't have a choice. We are in the theocracy, we are deep within the enemies. We need help. And I think us giving a little bit of trust towards fake Ravenel made me realize that we need more friends, and I really need to work on that and be easier going, because we really do need all the allies we can get, especially here.
There's been so much death lately, and I feel like I knew my role in that place. But to be honest, I dealt with death before. It was mostly of two kinds. Ferric takes a very, very deep sigh. It was either that of the laws of Sinus, the way of nature. It was squirrels on the road to cook us dinner. It was rat pies. It was just like those worms and beetles with the frogs. Death was a necessary part of that cycle. And it was a gift to us. And then there was the deaths of elders, the deaths of those who had passed. And their memory was sweet. I am not a fighter, despite having killed now. I never wanted to. I must embrace this death as well. And it is so hard with Spunk, Navarra, and Eugene. Sorry, Eugene.
Are you wearing the ring? Is it on your person?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm not sure that I'm entirely dead. I'm feeling better.
Oh my god.
I feel happy.
And with your dear friend, he was the first to go.
Oh, that's not even it, Varric. I really haven't even told you guys at all. My, whatever, that dark matron also killed my mom and my sister too, so it just keeps adding up. But frankly, I just stare, like, into the nature as if it's like a blank white wall.
Ambrose.
Maybe the gods are just bad parents. They tell us to follow guidelines and tell us to follow rules, but even they don't follow the same rules that apply to us. Rules bend, they amend, they flex, and maybe they just provide principle, but their way isn't always right. Maybe our gods is making us find our own answer. Or maybe death isn't what you were taught it was to be. And maybe being good doesn't actually exist. Or
You be careful, you're starting to sound like our new friend. Are
Who
you
knows,
sure
maybe-
you're not after godhood yourself?
if I become a god, man, none of this would have happened.
How do you know they have the power to stop it?
Why are they gods? Or I honestly don't know. Most of the days I am petty, mean. I try to think of words to say, and they don't come out. And maybe I'll find that answer within myself. Maybe being shown so much death might be a good thing for you, Varric. I don't know.
Varric nods and
I mean, why would
turns the ring
Vespa
on their finger.
torture me like this?
What do you think, Vespa? Wants to torture you specifically. That you are not just a speck floating in Vespa's world.
I shrug my shoulders and stare at the ground. I wish I could be a speck on the wall. I actually miss it. Being really good at stuff is actually more annoying than being ignored now, so.
When it all comes down to it, there's one thing that I know. That we all become ash falling in the forest at some point. I've seen it. And Ferric will push themselves up and take Ambrose's hand and pull them in for a one-armed hug. And as they step away, and Ambrose looks down at their hand, he sees Eugene. And Ferric starts walking back. Maybe the gods don't matter at all. Maybe we just need to be here for each other until we're all dead.
Eric, can you do me a huge favor?
Ferric nods.
When I die, can you sing one of Vespa's hymns for me?
It would be an absolute honor.
Alright. Put the ring on. I'm so bad at this. Eugene,
Ambrose?
amen.
Hey.
I had a lot of things that happened to me within the span of a couple of weeks. And I lost a lot of people.
Yeah,
But no matter what, I should have never been that mean to you.
thank you.
I'm gonna get you out of this. If I gotta find your new body or make sure you go to Vespa. I'll do my very best. But I want you to know, when the times where we did have fun, I viewed you as a brother that I never had. And I'm sorry.
Thank
I
you,
really am.
Ambrose. Thank you. It's I've never been good with words either, so I understand making you mad at me. I'm just glad that it's come to this now.
Yeah, I should have said it way sooner. Or at least I had the chance to talk to you and apologize.
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
Soon, I mean, maybe in a couple weeks, we'll figure this out. Maybe the way life is going, I feel like we're going to have a resolve fairly quickly, so.
Right. We'll see. We'll see what each day brings, or what each cycle within this ring brings. How's Pickles? Is she still mad?
Oh, Pickles is good. She's tough. She's tougher. And I know she misses you.
Miss her too.
Is there anything you want me to say to her?
Tell her that that I'm an idiot, and that I miss being an idiot with her.
All right. This is goodbye for now, Miraz.
All right. Until I hear from you again.
Yeah, I'll let you know what's going on. See ya. I just leave the ring on and just walk. I don't take the ring off or. Head back to the
Wow.
camp.
My heart grew 3 sizes this day. That was so sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody, Ferric and Ambrose return to camp. All's clear.
What's Ravenel doing?
Ravenel is just sitting quietly.
Being
Trying.
hot and sad.
Yep.
Being hot and sad.
Being hot and
Great.
scarred and emoed. And
Great.
just trying not to be in the way or even noticed, basically. Just sitting to the side quietly.
Pickles is probably awkwardly sitting like 3 feet to his left.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
Atreides would be digging a small hole next to the campfire and putting
To
his
bake
face in it to bake the bread. Yeah.
Wow.
Love a man
and,
with hobbies, though. Perhaps.
Yeah. Upon seeing Ferric and then behind Ferric seeing Ambrose return, he would clap his hands together and he would say, "You know what I think we need?
So
Some bread that will come. It needs time.
Oh man.
I've sensed a little tension, a little disagreement. I know that I'm new to all of you. Ravenel is in a way new to all of you, in a way stirring some negative feelings. In Ortimal, something a tradition that is associated with the master that I do think has a great amount of merit, whether in the confines of the theocracy or not, is the practice of memoria revelare, which is a shared discussion, meditation, memory of our past. And of course, it's one thing to think back on your own memories, but I've found that it's another to share them with close friends, with new friends, because it leads to discussion and reflection. It stirs things in your own memories that you might not otherwise ascribe any relevance to. Traditionally, it's done in an amphitheater. You stand on a platform in the middle of the amphitheater. We're in sort of nature's amphitheater now. We're in the hills and the rocks. I would propose that we take turns sharing our some memory, sharing a memory and reflecting on it. We can comment on one another's memories, or we can simply sit with them in silence.
By all means, go first, Atreides, so that we can see how this ritual is performed.
Very well. If you all wish, then while you share, I will play my dulcimer quietly, accompany your tale. I'm not a very talented musician myself, so I'm not going to attempt it while I'm giving my own story. But if any of you feel so inclined, then by all means. And
I will play for you. A
thank you, Varric.
sign of good faith.
Thank you. And Atreides would stand and ceremonially move to kind of like one lower side of the camp, and he would light some candles and put them around. It's like, you know how when your parents take something way too seriously, like that's what he's doing. And once the candles are all situated and Varric is playing, then Atreides will stand and he will look at each of you and he'll say, I come to this moment grateful for friends, old and new, gesturing in turn first to Ravana and then to all of you. I remember tonight a time when I was a mere boy. I was 16. I was training in the military at this time. And I was making pottery out of mud and clay that we found in a stream near our encampment. It was not very good. It was quite lumpy. It was a bowl that was too high on one side, almost a spoon, something between a spoon and a bowl. But it was a start. It was something that I enjoyed doing with my hands. And my instructor found me and immediately disciplined me. What are you doing? You should be gathering food or firewood. This serves no purpose. It's not even a good bowl. It's useless. And he wasn't wrong. It was useless. Wasn't quite a good bowl, wasn't quite a good spoon or ladle. But I enjoyed it. We had just marched 14 miles, grueling day. And it was taking my mind off of the fatigue of the body. Of course, making pottery is not an art conducive to the military in any way. It doesn't enhance focus or battle prowess, but it was meaningful to me. And I think of that pot often. I don't have it anymore. It broke. It broke the same day I made it, actually. But it was meaningful to me to see that I could be more than just a muscle that followed someone else's mouth. My instructor said march, I marched. He said make camp, and I did. But in those few moments that I had to myself, I continued my craft. And of course, well, it's in the ground now, but that vase over there is some of my best work. And I shrugged. I don't have any moral, I don't have any point. It's just a memory. It's meaningful. At this point, if any of you wish to comment, you may. Otherwise, I'm going to take my seat. One of you may take your turn.
I clap.
Thank you, Ambrose. Snaps.
Snaps.
And Atreides will he'll leave the candles burning, making kind of a like center stage for the amphitheater. And he'll go and pull his dulcimer out and begin gently hammering on it, trying to match Ferric's tune. Not super successfully. Ferric is definitely a better musician.
You compete with Bard.
Ravana, I guess, will awkwardly stand up. Okay. Well, as a child, before I enlisted with the military, which we enlist quite early, 13, I think I was, when my brother and I joined. Before then, I was a clumsy, child. My brother was fluid and elegant and charismatic. People loved him, and he was a good leader and inspired people to greater heights. I was blunted and not good with words. But he told me once, before we joined, that you cannot look to the peaks of others. You cannot look to be the greatness or the perfection that others have created. You can only be your perfection. And that our purposes are preordained by the Master at the time. We were quite devout. And that all of us were born to serve a singular purpose, and if we could find that purpose, we could become perfection in that purpose. He told me that I was a shield, and that as long as I stood by him, no harm could ever come to him, because I was unrelenting. And I took that to heart. And over time, I became one of the greatest phalanx soldiers our military has ever seen. And I have stood on many training exercises against bandits, manticores, large beasts, unwavering. I have yet to find an enemy who could break through my shield wall. It's one of the last things I remember him giving me. It's nice. It's hard to explain what it's like to lose a twin. But that was nice. He gave me purpose, I think. Once. And then he just kind of sits down.
Adalia has been listening to this story with rapt attention, and she undoes the locket that she wears and opens it up and hands it over to Ravana. And there's a portrait on one side of a couple, like a little painted portrait, but on the other there's a small, pale woman with dark hair. And she'll point at that one and say, I think you would have liked her. You remind me of her a little. We weren't twins exactly. I have no blood relatives, of course, the crystal-born are created out of nothing, really. But I think when the crystals set me down here, they did it in a way. They gave me to my parents, who had another little girl the same age physically as I was when I appeared to them. So we weren't twins, but we might as well have been. And she was so much tougher than I was. She was so sure all the time. And Adalia will kind of reluctantly get up and go stand in the center of on the makeshift stage. So, my parents died when Hesper and I were 15. And it hurt so much. And there was nowhere for any of it to go. And that night, my sister, she asked me if I would give her a tattoo, I suppose, to remember them by. And I was reluctant to do it because I thought it might be her way of making the pain into something she could understand, if that makes sense. But I've never been able to refuse her anything, so I did it. And then she asked if I wanted one, and I didn't want her to go through it alone. And at first I thought that it was the same thing, that it was some sort of punishment I was giving myself for not saving them. But it wasn't really like that. It was remembering. And that's when I got these. And she kind of like points here on her face to the bevels that go down like tears from her eyes. And after that, I realized that if we punished ourselves for their loss, we'd have to punish ourselves for everyone that Zeus had killed. And it would never end. Where do you draw the line? So, Hesper never got another tattoo, but... And she like holds up her arms and they glint in the firelight. But I remember everyone. And then she goes and sits back down and takes the locket back from Raphael.
Thank you for your story.
You're welcome.
Ambrose claps.
Yeah, Farrick claps. Somberly.
Somber claps.
Yeah.
Aw.
They're like, whoa! Get paid!
Yeah!
Hell yeah!
Rebird!
When do you want to go next?
Ravenna's like looking down at Pickles, like
I mean,
side-eyeing her, like,
Wondering what Pickles is gonna say. Because she doesn't remember stuff.
yeah. Memories, I have those. So you guys don't know this, but since we already talked about the whole dying and coming back thing, I died and then I came back and I forgot everything. But you know what? I think I have like 1 or 2 memories. Maybe. I don't know. So my family is the mob, or so I've been told, and there's this one memory I have where we went on like a family vacation, and it was me and all my brothers. So it was like my dad up in the front being all angry because he got us lost, and then Dagger being his usual like douchebag self, just like throwing daggers into trees and shit and just trying to look all cool. There's Rocco, who is my favorite brother. Don't tell my other brothers, but like he's my favorite brother. And he's like real big, and he was just carrying me around on his shoulder because he's awesome. And then, you know, like my mom and Nico were looking for food because they're really good at cooking and shit like that. A lot more than squirrel. I don't like, there's a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of mushrooms. It was weird. I remember the mushrooms for some reason. And then I don't remember what Luca was doing, but he was probably just being a little bitch because that's what Luca does. He's just like, he just complains a lot. He's always just being annoying. It's just, he was probably doing that. So yeah, we were walking, and I think we were walking and we were going, there's this cliff, I think, and there was an eclipse, and there's a weird man. up on the cliff. And I think for some reason we went to see the weird man. Wait, that doesn't... Maybe?
Pickles, you remember standing over this cliff. The strange man reaches out to you. Did you bring the crystals?
I don't...
You have the crystals in your hand.
I brought the crystals. Obviously, I had the crystals.
Excellent. The ritual can commence. We will create a new nexus of magic on this world.
What?
But there must be a sacrifice. A sacrifice of our enemies. The elves prepare every day to march on Mornstead. I have shown you the visions. With these crystals, I will spell their doom. The eclipse is nigh. The time is now. Do you give the order as king?
Let's get them. Let's get those elves.
In the midst of this spectral atmosphere, the wizard grasps the crystals, places them into a strange sphere, holds it high over his head, and the sphere begins to float. He begins to chant in an ancient language, his voice resonating with an otherworldly cadence that sends shivers down your spine of anyone who were to listen to it. His words seem to summon some sort of unseen presence, drawing forbidden knowledge and dark powers from the depths of the abyss. The wizard, his eyes gleaming with wicked satisfaction, extends his hands towards the tortured land. The earth begins to erupt. Dark energy surges forth, coalescing in a swirling vortex of destruction. Below the cliff, you see a city full of people. A violent vortex, a maelstrom, a malevolent power expended with each passing moment devours everything in its path. Trees, rocks, the remnants of life, all drawn in mercilessly. In its wake, you see nothing but floating rocks, remnants of the city hanging in the sky. Silence settles upon the decimated realm, broken only by a faint whisper of the wind as it moans the loss of life and destruction wrought in this moment. The land, forever scarred and ravaged, stands as a testament to the terrible power that has been unleashed. And then the memory ends.
So yeah, that was a really weird family vacation.
Wait, how much of that did we hear, and how much of that did...
That was just
Pickles
all
just-
in her head?
Right.
Did she pause? Was there like a long awkward pause while this happened? Or did she just like...
Pickles, you said that out loud, correct? Or
Yeah, I think Pickles would have. I mean, not in such eloquent words, but
Oh, you said all that out loud?
Yep.
That's fucked up.
Ravno, please, no insult. We can
That was
hold
rude.
disagreements in this time.
I thought this was supposed to be an accepting space.
No.
We can hold disagreements, but it has to be done respectfully.
No.
I think I need a shower.
That's my memory.
That is no.
That's-
We read about this. We know about this. This is what muff? This is the reign of Eric the Terror. the wizard from
Right.
Calvin,
No,
the
the one that Kelvin was worshipping or
the
something.
painting.
That's his. Those are not your memories, Pickles. You weren't alive then.
I mean,
How the
they're in my
hell
head.
is the king memories in your?
Oh, it's called the king. That is kind of weird.
I mean, you are royal in our hearts, but you are no king.
Okay, all right. So you have the memories of Eric the Terrible in your
Terror.
head. The terror. I'm sorry, darling. I'm a little discombobulated.
I am.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like they're just my memories. I don't.
That's
Wonderful, Pickles. That is wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for appreciating my story
No,
and
I
hearing
really
what I
appreciate
had
it,
to say.
Pickles.
It was
Honestly, Pickles.
quite good.
Today,
I do agree. It took me aback. It was very detailed and informative.
I want to hear all of your memories. in
That's the
your
only one I
stories,
got.
Pickles.
That's
No,
it.
there's more there.
Oh, thank God.
There's definitely more there. Ambrose's fingers are like jittery, but it's like with excitement just a little bit.
Pickles moves away from Ambrose.
okay. Thank you, though, Pickles, for being so vulnerable with us.
I'm not gonna
It's
share
a
with you
safe
guys
space.
anymore. It's
No. It's a safe space. You just surprised us a little.
We have learned so much about each other, and the conversation thereafter is where bonding is supposed to form.
I don't feel bonded. Where do you guys go?
I'm
Not you, Ravadon.
I'm not certain how anyone could follow that memory, but
It was a doozy.
That's the only
Maybe
one I got.
because
Don't know
it occurred in the
I focused really hard.
kingdom.
Mhm.
Maybe the king's soul was never amended, so it was possible that it remained in that chambers and just no one mended the soul. It was there. And then when the life transference occurred, with the effect of, I'm assuming, the crystal, the necrotic energy of Zeos, and two other forms of crystals of Christopher,
Who-
it's
What?
another
Even-
person that died.
remember the 50% survival rate? It's actually worse.
Another person. That
I told you it was 40%.
Yeah. Okay.
You stuff all your
I
friends'
wish-
souls in her?
I don't see how it could be Christopher's soul either. Christopher was.
It's not. It's a. There was like a wormhole. Remember when I was playing with like Zeus's blood? Pickles. Remember when I created that portal?
Yeah, we
It-
played
it-
cards.
It probably. I mean, this is all just theories. It could be possible that the combination of two crystals occurring, a life transference, a wormhole of just pure energy just siphoned inside you, and it caught something.
How much
That's
do you
cool.
know of this Zeus?
Honestly, nothing. It was just a bad guy.
Well, I suppose we know almost as much as anyone. What do you want to know of him?
How old was he?
That I'm not sure anyone knew. He
He
was.
was ugly old.
He had
Ugly old.
ruled. He
No,
had
but-
ruled over Northwatch for 40 years. But we suspect that he was some sort of crystalline vampire. He seemed to survive on sucking, for lack of a better term, the essence out of people.
No, it was Crystalborns. So why is he siphoning Crystalborns?
I have
I-
heard that some people snort their powder for a narcotic effect.
This was not
Yeah, I've
quite.
done that.
Ugh. This was not
Wow.
quite the same sort of
The
thing.
memory makes sense now.
It... These are all just Pickles, like, drug-induced.
So first I snorted the line, then I met the Dark Wizard.
Then I met the Dark Wizard, who destroyed a people. Sorry. I got totally derailed from my train of thought by imagining Pickles just doing a lot of drugs and then being like, I'm Eric the Terror now. No, I saw him do this. It wasn't snorting the dust after their deaths. It was more akin to what I do, or can do. The stealing of essence. Only his was obviously much more profound than mine.
What if Cruciborns just could tap into just a different plane? It could be something as simple as that.
I feel like that's not simple.
Mm-mm.
I mean, why? You're the closest things to crystals, to
Right.
the most incredible power, and you only a few exist that are born through it. I mean,
Right. They say we are created with great purpose. But, of course, no one knows what that means.
So just to get this straight, you're saying that I'm half an evil old dude?
No, darling.
no, I'm saying at the moment of you being resurrected, there was so much energy occurring that it took a little bit of the old dude. It could be
Okay.
something else. I mean, I'm just
Okay,
shooting
so
other
like
ideas.
10% evil old dude.
No, maybe like
Old dude.
0.005%. Very
Could
slim.
it be like an imprint of memory, a shadow,
That's what I was wondering.
gust
Perhaps.
of wind through the soul?
I mean, we know that I'm broken. Like Navarra said I was broken, and the old creepy lady that could change faces said I was broken, and that's something to do with the soul, I think. So, who knows? I personally feel great right now. That was a cool memory.
That was cool.
Could be
Yeah.
a conduit.
It was a cool memory.
I was wondering, perhaps because you died in the way that you did spend some time on the other side. Perhaps that combined with maybe you brought some memories back, but not their soul, perhaps. Just a fleeting image of something strong on the other side? I don't know. I wish Navarro were here.
What if it's not a sliver of soul? Maybe a message.
A warning.
Mm.
I mean, the closest people that are close to godliness are the Crystalborns, right? They're literally created from these crystals, or from some residual magic of it. Maybe they do have some conduit nature that allows them to create this connection, which is probably why Zeos. I just like started leaning back in my chair, like rubbing my face.
I think we
I honestly
do
have no
not
idea.
know enough yet. And
No.
I don't think interrogating our dear friend will yield much better results.
I
We know
agree.
more now than we did before. We know that Calvin
Alvin may know more about this. There's no way we will be able to get the information from him.
Calvin. Isn't that the idiot from Mornstead?
One in
Yeah.
Have
Oh,
you
that's
met
just
him?
why his name is familiar.
Yes, he's the one who throws tantrums when there was diplomatic talks.
You do know him. Yes. We discovered that Kelvin is a bit unstable.
Compromised.
I've only heard hearsay and whispers trickle down from superiors, but I think that has been the case for some time.
We believe he is suffering from magic psychosis, but he also seems to either hero worship or actually worship Eric the Terror. It was unclear.
Can I, through my years of high class schooling, has there been like a actual description of magic psychosis? Because I'm trying to wonder if what we see from, I forgot his name, the gnome,
Kelvin.
Calvin, is it actually textbook magic psychosis?
Oh yeah. I mean, for sure, when you were studying, because you've always kind of wanted to use magic powers
Right.
that your family had that you don't have access to. And in those studies, you would have learned all about how to shield yourself from magic psychosis. A real wizard is good at it. But a sorcerer is particularly not good at it. They have zero training. Even like a bard or a cleric or a druid, they would have some sort of training of some kind how to master their powers. It's really sorcerers that are just born with extra power, or people that get into it, like a wizard who doesn't have any money, who doesn't go to wizard school, who just like steals a wizard book. That
People
guy
who
might go crazy too.
self-teach or meddle
Yeah.
without like the proper.
What's that? An arcane trickster, perhaps something like that. They might go crazy as well. But yeah, it's really in people that don't take precautions. If you know what you're doing and you are safe, there's really no risk. But if you are careless or you just don't know or don't care, I guess, careless.
How many years
You
has
will
it been
get it.
since the floating cities? Like since that event?
Mhm.
That event when like the floating cities was created?
I mean, presumably.
How long ago was that?
God, that was a long time ago, thousands of years ago,
How long does a gnome
I believe.
live?
Let me look at my timeline.
Not thousands of years.
I honestly
Gnome-
have no idea.
I think
Gnomes
300 or
like
400 in like
Yeah.
typical
I thought
D&D
it was,
lore.
They
A
like
few centuries.
depending. I don't know if we're gonna get into the theory crafting of gnomes and how they transfer over to our world, but they don't like die either. They like they're natural. They don't like naturally die. They like fade out.
Hmm.
They like
Oh, didn't know that.
gnomes like it's like their creativity. Like once they lose the joy to live and stop being curious, they kind of just they just kind of like bleh. Like fade, like they just crumple, like turn to dust.
Mhm.
So they can look like exuberant and healthy all the way up until like basically when they die. Depending on the lore, I guess.
Trying to find my timeline real quick. I have it somewhere. Resources. There it is.
Shoot.
So
Okay,
I'm wondering
so-
if like that event caused magic psychosis, like using those crystals,
Mhm.
like would
Good thought.
absolutely rot your brain. Like it's just magic
Um,
that's too great for you to even use.
Andy, I don't know how much of that you collaborated with Cody on beforehand, but the crystals, did they seem like the ones in the Crystal Crown from the original trial? Or were they literally just like some crystals? Crystals not capitalized.
Like crystal fragments.
Ascot.
Great.
Which one?
Which one?
The master.
I have no idea. I'm just learning all of this too.
Alrighty.
According to my timeline, it was about 1,000 years ago.
Okay.
As it is 3,389, and it would have been in 2,253. Was when the sundering happened with the elves. So, I mean, quite a long time ago. There are elves around that would still remember it, theoretically. They'd be extremely old.
But not gnomes.
I mean, like TJ said, it's possible. It would be, like, extremely, extremely rare.
Yeah.
It would take some sort of an insane genius to live that long.
Yeah.
Or just
Or
an
blind
intense focus on a singular task.
Right. Yeah, like, you'd have to be, like, really, really, like, almost crazily focused or whatever, but theoretically.
Magically, crazily focused.
Like, magically,
Insight check?
psychosisly, crazily.
I'll make an insight check, please, with my intuition.
So, random question. Did that portrait of Eric the Terror look anything like Zeus?
The portrait, I believe, was actually of Vinny Utmoff.
Oh,
Is
you're
that
right. You're right. So we don't know. Oh my god. What if Zeus was Eric the Terror? And Pickles got a little bit of his, like,
Jamba juice on him.
essence. Yeah, when she got murdered.
A little bit of his schlorm.
I mean, we could try again. I pull out a big vial of Zeus's blood.
No.
I thought you were gonna say a knife and stabbed.
What is that?
Right, that was not in character. That was just Katie having a
Oh,
moment.
sure.
Well, this has been a fun conversation. Can we go back to this fun thing?
Yes, we still have to hear from two of you.
Eric looks at Ambrose.
I call on Ambrose.
Atreus goes
share
back
it
to
out.
playing his dulcimer.
Ambrose, I called on you. You can't take it back.
I don't have any memories to share.
You don't remember anything
I
after that.
yeah.
Tell us something about Evangeline. Or about her stupid fiance.
Ooh.
What about your first crossbow? Your first invention. I can keep going.
You don't want to hear that story.
Well, now I do.
I think we all do.
Okay. Ambrose gets up with, like, rolled shoulders, walking to the podium. Or whatever, the little
We've
section where
erected
he's
in the
stand,
middle of the
wherever it is.
The
Whatever.
downward slope.
I hate this story. About the age when I was 16, I got these weird voices, like, in my head, like, for a couple of days. It was like gurgling. And after the fourth night, it said, help me. For some reason, I had this innate intuition where it was, and my curiosity just led me there. I left my home, I walked, and Pickles, you probably remember where that room in the Ivory Guard's chambers with the blood on the floor?
Yeah, the torture chamber next to your dad's office.
Yeah, that's not the torture chamber. That's the interrogation room.
Oh.
Deeper below. The voice kept on getting louder. And as I walked down deeper into the basement or the cells, I saw its eyes staring at me, its face covered in tentacles. Its wet skin cowered in a corner. I was doing a lot of research at that time because school wasn't going great, and it was this Elethid. Its mouth was cut open, beaten, frail. I hesitated and I didn't know what to do. I was scared, and then I felt so bad. I took my keys out. It's funny. The guards are so bad. They just leave the keys literally down in the cells, and I took it out. And the moment I put the key in, I turned it. My father was like following me. He goes, "Ambrose, what are you doing?" And I freaked out and I looked at him and made up an excuse. I was like, "Oh, research." And so he walks towards me and notices that I'm trying to open up the door. He goes, "If you want to do research, then we'll do it now." Grabs my hand, makes me open up the door. And he drags out that creature. And he makes me dissect it.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Yeah. I didn't want to share. I'm sorry, guys. That's literally all I could think about for the last 2 days.
Thank you for telling us. It makes me understand you and your father better.
You are
Thanks.
a much more forgiving soul than I am, Ambrose.
Bros like puts up the hood, zips up, and like sits down, and then just is very quiet.
Well, I guess that leaves me, right? since we're sharing our sad and slightly terrifying stories, I'll try to keep this one lighthearted, but let me tell you that it's not quite as lighthearted as I would hope it would be. But it's the only thing that I can think of right now, given our current circumstances. I spent most of my days as a child, a kiln-led, studying song, obviously, but also learning skills from traders and travelers that would come through the village. I spent a lot of my time caring for the elders and helping learn how to prevent the forest fires that threatens the village yearly. The seasons are rough on the Takari Wilds. And one such traveler, her name was Quill. And Ferric reaches up into their antlers and slides a ring off of it that seems to be carved all out of pure marble. And kind of flicks it up in the air and lets it shine in the firelight. Quill was one of my favorite travelers. She would always tell me stories about pillaging and sailing and wandering the ocean, just combating waves. And I had never seen the ocean before. I had barely ever been outside of the wilds. And every story, every time she came to the village to trade, which I was very thankful that she was not pillaging, she would pull me up on her lap and she would tell me all these amazing things, like krakens and mermaids, and she is who I learned how to fight from. See, the kiln, we are not very combative. We craft iron, but never blades. But seeing that sword on Quill's hip, it was exciting, it was new, it was, for lack of a better term, edgy. And one day I stole a basket of fish. Just fish from the river, nothing fancy. I stole it and I ran to the edge of the village. And I said, I pillaged this. Did I earn my keep? Can I join your ship? She goes, oh no, you must take these fish back. They are yours to eat. You earned them, you caught them. You must share them. And I was dejected. But it did not stop me from stealing more things and trying to give them to Quill. And she asked me one day, she pulls me up on her lap and she asks, why do you keep stealing these things? Why do you keep giving me stuff? I already trade for everything that I need from your village. I don't need more. I just wanted excitement. And I don't know why I blurted this out, but I said I want to learn how to use that. And I pointed to her sword. And she laughed. Said, if I could make a sword, she would teach me. And I made one out of shitty timber and pine tar and bone. me the sword. And when I showed it to Quill, she laughed. Right in my face, so gregarious, so loud. I felt it shiver my insides. But it was a good laugh, I learned. And she taught me. And when she left my village for good, she gave me this. And Ferric slides the marble ring back on their antler. You see, years later when I was fighting a forest fire, her crew came to help. And succumbing to the smoke inhalation as I fell from the trees and crashed on the ground, she was part of the search party. And she, too, succumbed to the flame. A little while later, Spunk found her. And we traveled. And we drank. And we fought. And I got a much better sword. Now we're here. Cheers. Drink up, everyone.
And
You all-
pours the biggest glass.
Right.
Good story.
You all raise a glass. And I think that's where we're going to have to call it for this week, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing all your stories. It was really amazing.
I'm like still processing everything.
Right.
It was really great.
Quite the lore drop. A couple
Yeah.
lore drops I didn't expect.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks everybody for playing. Thank you everyone for watching. We are live every other Sunday on YouTube, 7 p.m. EST. Catch us on all the podcatchers. We publish every Monday. We moved our publishing date to Mondays now that we're live.
That's right. Monday.
And make sure to check out all our other pods. Homebrew's new campaign just launched. We've got Sanity Damage. Sanity Damage is coming to live on the 20th.
Hell yeah.
So make sure to get in on that.
Nice.
And World Weavers is going to come back too in August. So stay tuned for that. We've got quite a publishing schedule for y'all to check out. We'd love to hear from you, so come jump into Discord, discord.gg/thehomebrewpodcast. We have an awesome community growing. Come jump in, tell us how much you loved today's episode. Who had the best story? I'd love to hear your perspective on that. If you have a couple extra dollars, couple extra Ortimalian silver lying around, go check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/thehomebrewpodcast. Or patreon.com/thehomebrew. $2 gets you access to all kinds of cool stuff. We have monthly PDFs, shout outs, all kinds of stuff. This is a homebrew live show, and our sponsor is Fanroll Dice. Get yourself some dice. Fanrolldice.com. Use promo code homebrew at checkout for 10% off. And remember, everyone, you are loved. You are loved as much as Pickles loves giant frogs. You are important. You are as important as the traditions the master has laid forth for us. And, you know, even even people who don't believe in the master anymore can still find use in his teachings. And you matter. You matter as much as God. I don't know. You matter as much as the crystals themselves. I know I like to go back to that a lot, but the crystals really are the most important thing.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. See you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Goodbye.